What's going on, guys? Welcome back to hashtag GSM for GM Season 4, Episode 48 here in WWE 2K25 MyGM Mode. I'm Graham GSM Matthews. Hope you guys are doing well. As we quickly approach WrestleMania 2008, a pretty strong lineup on tap tonight, headlined by Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso as the Bloodline War, the Bloodline Civil War, that is, continues to escalate a lot like last week when we watched Jimmy Uso versus Jacob Fatu. Tonight it's Roman Reigns and Jimmy, but since we watched Jimmy and Jacob last week, I'll probably switch it up and watch this match. Tag team turmoil coming on up. Charlotte Flair and Jaida Parker, not literal tag team turmoil, but Charlotte Flair and Jaida Parker taking on Becky Lynch and Giulia in tag team action before Charlotte and Becky collide at WrestleMania for the WWE Women's Championship in a rematch from a few months ago. Becky's been champion for 3 years as of WrestleMania. Will that streak continue? Also tonight, two matches at which we could watch, Gunther and Kane one-on-one. Penta beat Gunther last week. So if Kane beats Gunther here, next week's match is a triple threat match for the United States Championship. If Gunther wins, it remains Gunther and Penta one-on-one. Also tonight, following Logan Paul calling out AJ Styles on last week's show, it is AJ Styles versus Logan Paul, featuring the returning Seth Rollins, who we have not seen since he got hurt by AJ about a month ago. He is back tonight before he battles AJ for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. So that's our show. We're also going to hear from Wes Lee. Finn Balor will call out CM Punk before one more match between the two on next week's show. And Jey Uso calls out Roman Reigns before next week's big tag team match, the Usos versus Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu of the Bloodline. So that is our match for next week. But everything else should be good, power card-wise and whatnot. I think we're good, so, and I think whatever power cards I wanted to use, I already have. So I think we're good to get into it. We are in Columbus, Ohio tonight, and we're going to be watching the women's tag team match, so we'll simulate everything else. Confirm booking, AJ versus Logan. WrestleMania rematch from Reality last year. AJ beating Logan as he should. Okay, I like that. All right, AJ beats Logan. He is the number one contender for the WWE Championship. He also beat LA Knight at Survivor Series. So I'm going to say he won straight up, no DQ, like not a DQ win or anything. He just beat Logan Paul. Rollins runs in afterward, returns, attacks AJ, and their match is made official for WrestleMania. Wes Lee, popularity up 4 points. Not going to matter. We're done probably after Mania. We're done with hashtag GSM for GM. So more on that in a moment, but Gunther versus Kane. Will next week's match be a triple threat? And it's not. Gunther beats Kane. Okay. So it will be Gunther and Penta straight up next week, one-on-one for the United States Championship. Balor calls out Punk. Good shit. And we are watching this match, Charlotte Flair and Jaida Parker versus Becky Lynch and Giulia. We'll get on into it. We will explain what next week's lineup will look like, the pre-WrestleMania SmackDown before WrestleMania 2008 comes at you in 2 weeks here on the show. This is episode 48. Episode 49 will be the go-home show for WrestleMania. And then episode 50, the grand finale of not only the season, but the show itself, at least for now anyway, from what I'm thinking. That will be WrestleMania 2008. So we'll get on into it here with this match. We'll simulate all the fucking entrances and shit. Skip this scene. Skip this scene. We'll skip this scene. And we will skip the next scene. Okay. Skip another scene. Here we go. All right, Charlotte and Becky starting off as they should before they battle again at WrestleMania. Yeah, this is a preview of, as I mentioned earlier, Charlotte Flair and Becky colliding one more time for the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania. If Charlotte Flair loses, she is done in the title picture. But I mean, honestly, it doesn't really matter anyway, because what I'm thinking is, after we're done with Mania 08, we'll do a clean break there. I'll probably continue to play 2K25 occasionally, and all the other 2K games that I've owned since 2K22, but I'm probably not getting 2K26. It actually looks like a great game, but they're not releasing the game on the last-gen consoles. And I don't have one of the newer PlayStations. Alexis has a newer Xbox, but I don't really feel like playing it on there, so I'm probably not getting the new game. I'm probably just going to cut it off here. And, I mean, we've been doing hashtag GSM for GM now for like 4 years, so I think it's a good stopping point to end after 2K25. And a lot of these games are very similar anyway. They're just different rosters. 2K's got to step their shit back up. But Punk being like the showcase mode for the new game kind of pisses me off that we're obviously getting that for the game I'm probably not getting. But regardless, we're going to be wrapping up in 2 weeks. So at WrestleMania, it will be Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship, now that Becky Lynch is firmly a heel. And then in our main event of Mania, it's going to be Seth Rollins defending the WWE Championship against AJ Styles in the match that we were supposed to get at Survivor Series last month. Quick pin on Jada, who Becky beat one-on-one last week here on SmackDown. Jada owned a unavenged win over Becky for a while there before Becky beat her last week one-on-one. She also retained the championship against Jada in a triple threat, also involving Candice about a month ago here on SmackDown. But Becky has beaten really everyone there is to beat. So it will be interesting to see if she can walk away and end GSM for GM as the forever WWE Women's Champion. So those are the Mania matches. Next week here on SmackDown, we'll set up the card after we're done with this episode. But it's going to be Jaida Parker and Giulia, who have been feuding in recent weeks, which is why they're both involved in this bout here tonight. In addition to the issues that Charlotte has had with Giulia in the past, and the issues that Becky and Jade have had in the past as well. But it's going to be Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu versus the Usos, which I mentioned earlier. CM Punk versus Finn Balor in some sort of a stipulation match next week. Probably Logan Paul versus Kane, maybe, or Wesley, I'm not sure. Most likely. And then Gunther versus Penta in a rematch they just faced off last week one-on-one for the first time. But their match next week will be for the United States Championship. So that's coming up next week here on SmackDown. In addition to all the promos and that usual stuff, to kind of fill out the card before we get to WrestleMania in 2 weeks. So next week's episode is going to be dropping. This is going to be dropping on February 25th. The next episode is going to be dropping on March 4th, and then March 11th will be the end of GSM for GM. And I think 2K26 comes out around that same time, so it kind of makes perfect sense. Charlotte taking out Becky, now setting her up for something. Check her out with that spear. Oh, going for a chop. Becky reverses, now locking in the disarmer on Charlotte Flair. Can she force her WrestleMania challenger and opponent to tap out before they even get to their match at Mania? Nice reverse back elbow, I should say, from Charlotte on Becky, who tags out to Giulia. A desperate tag there from Becky. Charlotte looking to get her some more heat there on Becky, I guess not. So Becky gets out of it, but Charlotte looking to get some revenge on Becky there, and Becky evades it. But Giulia now cover on Charlotte. Cover on Charlotte, just a kick out at one. Okay, Charlotte takes advantage. Nice suplex. Nice kip up there from Charlotte. Boom, boom. Oh, nice backbreaker. Charlotte tags out to Jaida Parker. Oh, Jada was going for something, kind of missed. Giulia takes advantage, takes her off her feet. And now going for a figure four, perhaps, on Jaida Parker is Giulia.
Fighting desperately. She's trying to reverse the pressure and does just that. Her opponent
and Jada reverses the pressure, as Corey Graves just said on commentary. Jada throwing Giulia into the ropes. Beautiful back body drop. Into the cover, these two will settle their score one-on-one next week, as I mentioned earlier.
This is where great cardio makes all the difference.
Jaida Parker coming off her big win over Candice LeRae last month here on SmackDown. Giulia coming off her big win over Lita a few weeks ago as well, so a lot of animosity going on right now in the women's division. Ooh, Charlotte and Jada making for a great team here.
Into a double
Double knees to Giulia from Charlotte Flair.
Systematic attack on
Takes her arm out
She's
there.
pumping herself up.
Oh, Giulia with a great headbutt on Charlotte while she was distracted and kind of getting her momentum going. Giulia now. The stop to Charlotte Flair. Jesus.
To get pumped off of this crowd's incredible energy.
Trying to take Charlotte to the center of the ring, it looks like. What's she thinking now?
She's in a predicament here.
Oh, sets up Charlotte for a beautiful looking suplex. Charlotte looking to take out, tag out to Jaida, and she does. Giulia with a dropkick, misses though. Jaida has Giulia now. Face first into the turnbuckle. Oh, nice forearm smash to Giulia. And the sidewalk slam of sorts on Giulia right onto the knee. The backbreaker connects again. Giulia in complete control, or rather is Jaida Parker with the cover on Giulia, just gets a 2 count. Getting her back to her feet now, kick to the gut, nice strike, beautiful, nice knee to the face. Jaida now showing off a little bit as Giulia tags out to Becky. Jaida feeling herself for a little too long as Becky takes advantage and connects with the manhandle slam on Jaida Parker. Charlotte running on in to break it up before a 1 count could even be made. Going to the top rope as Jaida Parker is still out on her feet, waits for her to get back to her feet. What's she thinking here? Beautiful Beck's dropkick. Now she's feeling herself for a little too long as Jaida Parker tags in Charlotte, Becky's WrestleMania opponent. Becky takes advantage, sees her coming, hits her with multiple strikes. Maybe going for a powerbomb and connects on Charlotte.
Things are looking a little rocky for her.
She's setting her up now. She pinned Charlotte here tonight. That would mean a major momentum boost. Going into WrestleMania, Charlotte reverses with a back elbow drop. Great reversal there from Charlotte Flair. Now locking in the figure 8. No, just a standard. No, there's the figure 8. Beautiful. On to Becky Lynch. Will she make her tap out?
And I have to question as to why she would do that.
Stops the submission so she could tag in Jaida Parker. Interesting. Maybe not wanting to beat Becky right now, but rather send a message that Jaida Parker can beat the champ herself. Face first into the turnbuckle. Jaida Parker now sets up Becky in the middle rope.
Teardrop on the horizon.
She's going to the top turnbuckle. What could she be thinking here? The teardrop from Jaida Parker. And the cover on the champ. Giulia running on in to break it up. And breaks it up before a 1 count can even be made again.
Send into the corner. Here's a tag.
Jaida now throws Becky into the ropes. Beautiful back body drop.
Not how she had this match planned. Taking on so much offense.
Nice stomp to the arm.
The lingering effects.
Charlotte to the middle rope. Oh, going for something on Becky, who moves out of the way. Becky instead has Charlotte right where she wants her. Gets thrown into the turnbuckle. Kick right to the gut. Geez, Charlotte taking out her frustration on Becky Lynch.
Tagged into the action.
And Charlotte now tags out to Jaida Parker. Boom! Nice running knee there on the Becky in the turnbuckle post. 2. Oh, what a kick out of 2 from Becky Lynch.
Instinct at this point.
Nearly pinned the champ again, as she did a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown. Nice chop there from Becky. And a forearm smash. Becky, takes Jaida off her feet. Looking for an STF on Jaida Parker. And Jaida gets out of it. Beautifully done. Becky now has Jaida on her shoulders in the shoulder breaker. Tags out to Giulia so she can get her hands on Jaida now. Get a measure of revenge for some of the trash talking. Have a Verdurce knee. Charlotte breaks it up. Probably would have been enough had Charlotte not broken it up. They just keep breaking up these fucking pinfalls, so this match may not end. It's gotta happen at some point, though. Giulia now in the top turnbuckle, waiting for Jaida to get back to her feet. Beautiful jumping elbow from the top turnbuckle. And Giulia running on into the ring, okay.
Mounting a downed opponent. Look
Boom,
at them
boom,
go.
boom.
Over
Jesus
and over
Christ.
and over again.
Repeated punches from Giulia. And she's going to drop kick her right in the face. Or not even a drop kick, a running knee perhaps. From Giulia.
An aggressive charge against Jaida now. It's all Giulia right now.
Beautiful. Well done there from Giulia. Got to get her back to her feet. Giulia now. Beautiful. Jesus, just planting Jaida right on her head. 2, 3. Picks up the win. Does Giulia and Becky Lynch. Big win for the heels heading into WrestleMania weekend. As Giulia gets a measure of revenge on Jaida, they will go 1-on-1 next week here on SmackDown. And Becky Lynch, once again a winner, heading on into WrestleMania where she will defend her WWE Women's Championship on the 3-year anniversary from when she won it. Against Charlotte Flair, someone she knows all too well. Woman she beat to win that title in the first place, all the way back in 2002, I want to say. And we're in 2008. And Becky was never beaten for that belt in the first place. So technically, you could consider this run having gone on now for the last, 6 fucking years. Which is insane. But a good match. I would agree with that. We will simulate the main event now. Jimmy Uso beat Jacob last week. Alright, excellent promo from Jay. We're simulating this match. Roman gets that win back over Jimmy. Puts Jimmy in his place. Jimmy actually upset Roman, picked up an upset win over Roman a while ago. So I like the fact that Roman beat him here. And obviously we don't care about Raw, so we're going to simulate. We don't give a fuck. Alright, good shit, good shit. We had a pretty good show, I would say. Made $117,000, which is pretty good. Good stuff, good stuff. We're still trailing behind with the fans, but we only have 2 weeks left, so it's not even really worth it at this point, whatever. And we're in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Veto champ applied. Fuck. Oh, okay, Becky's not on the show, that's fine. Alright, perfect. Thank God. Veto random superstar, Aleister Black, also fine because he wasn't going to be on my show anyway. Alright, cool. Aleister Black can't be in the show, and Becky can't appear either. Yep. Alright, that's actually perfect, because I wasn't going to use Becky, so that's totally fine. I haven't scheduled any championship fights in a while. Yeah, we know. Thanks, Triple H. New crew definitely did a better job, blah, 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 blah. CM Punk said, what the hell happened to my title shot? Major decrease to his morale. Fuck. Let's do that. I mean, let's do smashing success on CM Punk. Oh, no, he's not actually. He's fine. Lita's not happy, but I don't really give a shit about that. I want to keep Punk happy. Now he's back to being just thrilled. Can't use that. Limited stock. We will use that on Raw. Perfect. We can just use that anyway. The bigger they are. One randomly selected Falls Count Anywhere match will get a higher than rating normal. Well, we might use that. We'll say. I might actually use that for Punk and... Yeah, I actually used that already for Punk and Balor. I used that stipulation already, so I don't want to use it now. We'll just buy this for the fuck of it. And I'll probably use that this week as well. Let's see. Let's just book the show, then I'll go through the logistics shit. and see what we can buy before we head on into WrestleMania. Anyway, tag team match. Boom. Roman Reigns. Where's Roman? What the fuck is Roman Reigns? Oh, there, I'm just blind. Roman, not against Punk and Rollins, and we're not doing that. It's going to be Jimmy and Jay. Where's Jacob? Jacob Fatu, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso. Boom. Perfect. Jaida Parker and Giulia. Boom. This will be some random match with Logan Paul. Probably Logan Paul and Wes Lee. Maybe Kane, actually. Let's run back him and Kane. What we could do... Have we done Logan Paul and Wes Lee yet? I don't think so. We did Aleister Black and Wes Lee. Yeah, let's do something different. Let's do Wes Lee here. Boom. And then Punk and Balor. Alright, Steel Cage. I kind of like Steel Cage for these two. I like that. So let's do Steel Cage with these two. Balor gets hurt. Who gives a shit? Because we're done after next week anyway. And then the main event, Gunther and Penta. We'll put the title on the line here. Very nice. Alright. So, we will have Punk call out Rollins. Not Punk call out Rollins. We'll have, I have Rollins and Punk calling each other out. I meant AJ Styles. We'll have AJ respond to Seth, who will return to address AJ earlier in the show. We'll do that here. Rollins calls out AJ Styles. Boom. Can't use Becky. Let's have Charlotte call out Becky, though. We could still do that. And then self-promo, we'll do a self-promo for Kane. Boom. Simple as that. Alright, we can use the Superstar GM morale shit. I can probably use that next week, though. In case there's any morale that's low at WrestleMania. We'll hold on to it. But for logistic bullshit... Let's see. I'm going to buy the stadium. Fuck it. Wait, why not? You need more cash or assets to purchase this logistic. Why am I have... That doesn't make sense. How do I not have enough assets? How many fucking assets do I have? I don't know. I don't get it. You need 12 assets. How many assets do I have? I wonder, how do you even fucking check that? I know our budget. Everything is there. I guess I can't buy it. Alright, whatever. That's very strange. I don't know. I don't know how you look at fucking assets and shit like that. Alright, whatever. So that is our show for next week, though. Let's run down the lineup here. We will hear from Kane. Seth Rollins will call out AJ Styles, his first promo since returning. He will address their WWE title match for WrestleMania. Charlotte Flair calls out Becky. We were going to have Becky call out Charlotte, but we can't do that here because she's not booked on the show, but it's fine. We'll have Becky be called out by Charlotte here. AJ calls out Seth Rollins before their match at WrestleMania, responds to Rollins from earlier. In ring-wise, we're going to be doing Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu versus the Usos, so a bloodline civil war. That should be fun. Jaida Parker versus Giulia, one-on-one. Logan Paul versus Wes Lee. Finn Balor versus CM Punk in a steel cage match. I feel like it would make more sense to start the show with that. I might actually do that. Let's do that. Start the show with a steel cage match. I kind of like that. Not do it second to main. Boom. Steel cage, okay. And then we'll do the tag team match here. Regular tag team match because it's the first tag team match and probably the last tag team match because we're not going to be playing the game after Mania. Boom. And then in the main event, Gunther and Penta, which we will watch. Of all the matches, I mean, we could watch Punk and Balor, but we already watched it a few weeks ago. I'll probably just watch Gunther and Penta next week for the United States Championship. And I look forward to that. So that is our go-home edition of SmackDown for WrestleMania 2008, which we will be watching on the show in 2 weeks. So next week it's this show, the go-home show, then in 2 weeks it's the final show, the season finale, potentially the series finale of hashtag GSM for GM. Check out all the other episodes in the description box down below in the playlist with all my 2K coverage over the last several years. Be sure to like this video on your way out. Thank you for watching as always. Also be sure to turn on notifications to be notified every time we're live here on the channel and every time we upload new content. Until next time, guys, I'm Graham GSM Matthews. Have an awesome one, and I'll catch your ass down the road.